Welcome in everyone to a game between TheViper and Vivi here on Arabia. This is just a ranked game between two of the highest ranked players in the game. I think we've got a 2K6 plus here in Viper playing in the blue on the more right hand, the more eastern portion of the map, up against Vivi playing in the southern portion of the map. Now, we have the Viper playing as the Spanish, so we've got a little bit of a switcheroo in the roles here. Viper playing as the Spanish against Vivi's Aztecs. So what can we expect from these civs? Well, we'll get into that in a minute. First, let's take a quick look at the maps. Viper has, I would say, a nicely protected forward berry bush, kind of in behind this wood line. This gold mine kind of off to the side, but towards the back of his base as well. However, secondary golds both forward, and his stone forward as well. Secondary stone very far away as well. However, walling potential is definitely there for the Viper. Not super closed off, but not super open either. If we take a look at Vivi's base, we'll see that Vivi has, and it looks like we got 4 going to wood for Vivi, and that generally means we've got a barracks play incoming. Vivi's got his berries forward. The first thing you're going to run into running from Viper's base to Vivi's base is the berries. So that's not good. Vivi already pushing in his 3rd deer, or ibex as it is in this case. That's, wow, pretty aggressive play, pretty greedy play by Vivi. Viper looks like he's done about the same thing. There's 1 ibex remaining there. Yeah, so he's pushed in 3 as well. And Viper also only has 3 on wood, so it's probably going to be a fast feudal against a man-at-arms or militia play. Vivi's golds are also, this gold is not the most protected toward the front if you're looking in relation to Viper's base. So both the berries and the gold on the front, the gold tucked in behind this wood line a bit, but still a little bit exposed. And the walling potential there as well for Vivi. So pretty similar walling potential. The base does favor Viper just a bit, but really that stuff doesn't matter all that much. You play the hand that you've been dealt, and if you're a good player, you overcome it. And oh wow, nicely done by the Viper, getting that boar underneath his town center before shooting it. That's something I need to work on, is getting my boar not just near my town center, but actually under the town center. Viper now dropping down the mill. Vivi. Apologies. I had a sneeze. I had to mute. In the middle of my sentence, Vivi is now dropping down the barracks. I was going to say, has not yet dropped down the barracks, and so it's not going to be a drush, I don't think. I would say man-at-arms, most likely, as Viper's at 19 vills. I would have expected a little faster play out of him, and I mean, I don't know why it's not. It's just normal civs versus, both of them are going to be going up on 21 pop, 20 villagers each. As, whoa, Vivi decides to wall that? Oh my goodness. Walling in his whole little corner of the map. Viper now dropping down his barracks. Vivi, both players on the way to feudal age within 5 seconds of each other. And Vivi getting the militia out. Looks like it's going to be man-at-arms rush. As I said, we were likely to see from him. Viper also getting militia out, so he's going to play. I'm actually guessing it's just going to be defensive man-at-arms here. I don't think it's actually going to be a man-at-arms rush, just defensive man-at-arms. Or defensive militia. But you never know. He does have time to get them out. And he's got a villager on stone here. That's kind of random. Just chilling out on stone. Guess he's giving that villager something to do for the next 30 seconds. And Vivi scouts Vipers. Okay, Viper's gonna tower rush. But Vivi spots this out. Oh, that's not good. You don't want your opponent to spot that out. And there is a nice stone. The stone positions suddenly become very important. And Vivi has a stone over on the left-hand side of his base. It's not completely exposed. And you can see Viper with only 2 militia and 4 villagers heading forward. Doesn't quite have the military prowess of Vivi at the moment, but the workers picking up their swords makes all the difference. As neither person going for men-at-arms, Yo immediately going for an archery range. The first tower coming up, it's going to be coming up near those berries. Yeah, okay, on the berries. It's going to say, Viper, you want to move that just a little forward. He agrees. He does so. There's a tower coming up in defense for Vivi, and Vivi's pretty well known as a tower rusher, so we'll see how his defense is. And when I said roles were reversed at the beginning of this game, I didn't know it was like this. My goodness. And the tower for Viper's up, firing away on the villagers of Vivi, but Vivi's tower is also going to be up. Viper's men-at-arms get away out from underneath the range of that tower. And Spanish have faster building. 4 men-at-arms, though, waltzing over to Viper's base. Viper with no defense, just going to be quick walling them out, but that's a lot of men-at-arms. You can't quick wall them out forever. And Viper really, I don't know. Ooh, he's going to be quick walling these bad boys in. Don't go to Viper's base. My goodness. He just quick walls him in. He's dropping an archer range. He's going to clean those men-at-arms up. As long as this palisade wall stays up, and it looks like it's holding at around 200 hit points. This tower going to be going down for Viper, but he's got another tower on the way up already here on the wood line of Vivi. And once he gets his ranged techs, it's going to be an archer at home. Once he gets a blacksmith in the ranged techs, that's going to clean off that wood line completely. Well, I guess it does anyway. Now, this is something, Viper, you need to wall this in. This is something that, oh, careful, Viper, you got your villager running home. Yep, drops the mining camp, okay. His first tower's been cleaned up, and these men-at-arms in their little prison, trapped in and killed. That's just incredible. 4 men-at-arms like that would have caused me so much problems for such a long time. Viper just quick walls him in. The house gonna stay up, and Viper looking at dropping a second tower, moving further in the base of Vivi. And I would love to see these walled in. Pros don't do this. That way they can hop in and out, I guess, is one thing to it. Now, a couple archers coming in on Viper's base. That could be a problem, as Viper has only 1 archer in defense and nothing else. Viper immediately deletes the walls in instant reaction, running away there. At home, he's here and there. You can see he's reacting on the front and at home at the same time. That multitasking from these professional players is unbelievable. Viper, one of the best at it. Viper makes a skirmisher at home, gets that defense in, sends the archers for Vivi away. Going to be battering down this house, and he is going to wall this tower in of sorts. It looks like. Blacksmith coming down for Vivi. Viper struggling for food, I would say, a little bit, as he's saturating these berries pretty heavily for this point in the game. Walls and walls and walls coming in for Vivi. He is not even close to the castle age, and it looked like, and nor is the Viper. Very similar position, 33 to 33 on the eco, 5 to 7 on the military, with Vivi having that 2 military lead. But there are towers in his base. And a couple of his military, ooh, not a couple, 5 of his military heading into Viper's base, and Viper does not have the defense for that just yet. 1, 2 skirmishers and an archer aren't going to deal with 5 archers. Not going to happen. Looks like a blacksmith being dropped. That's important in Viper. He's going to scout this out. He sees it. Is there going to be a reaction? What's it going to be? Now he hears the attack noise. What are you going to do, Viper? This is going to be some dead villagers if he doesn't get out of there in a hurry. Oh, he does. He does. Quickly. Quick walling those archers so that they have to walk onto the TC. Vivi notices does not walk under the TC. 2 towers there for Viper on Vivi's base. Hasn't yet expanded that out. He does have the stone to do so, but hasn't yet expanded that out. Now there's a hole right there, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, there's a 1 wood tree there. I didn't realize that. Incredible. And archer armor coming in now for Viper. He already has gotten fletching, and that increases the range on these towers as well. So fletching is really what you want to see there. And he does have these towers pretty well walled in. And I don't know where his next tower is going to go. I would like to see him bring more villagers forward and drop a tower here sneakily. And one there as well. Skirmishers being added for the Viper. Now, Spanish, as you know, very powerful civ with a very good tech tree, except they don't even get crossbowmen. So they're pretty lackluster on that front. And they don't have to spend, I believe Spanish don't have to spend gold, yeah. They don't have to spend gold on their blacksmith upgrades, so those only cost the food cost. Viper getting out enough skirmishers to begin to deal with this and just kind of chilling, so I think he's booming, trying to head up to the next age. And he's trying to keep enough skirmishers at home. And Vivi still unable to find any pressure. The eco KD 0 to 0. Viper with the 10 to 6 KD, probably because of those walled in 4 men at arms that just died for nothing. But Vivi has a lot on stone, an awful lot on stone, and not much stone to show for it. Interesting to see. Ooh. An Eagle Scout added. That'll clean up the skirmishers. And Viper's going to have to respond to that. And that's where it gets dicey. These mixed compositions where the Spanish don't have good answers. Viper continuing to add walls. He's prepping his base for these attacks. He's kind of walled to his town center from every angle. But this gold is still exposed if those archers and an eagle come in. A couple villagers heading forward for Vivi, running those skirmishers while you see the weakness of skirms. Just get run away by villagers. You can't even take out villagers with skirmishers. That's a scary army, and a tower looks like it's going to be added on the front. Vivi's going to return the favor. Both players on the way to Castle Age. I missed that. And Vivi gonna be there about 40 seconds, 35 seconds faster than the Viper. They had a pause, that's all that was. And tower is going to be coming up. Viper should respond with the tower of his own, I would expect immediately. But doesn't. He's not worried about that tower, apparently, at all. No response whatsoever. And don't understand quite what I'm... Yeah, I don't quite understand this. 2 villagers, though. 2 villagers killed by those skirmishers. So after a while, they can kill villagers. I think Viper's just going to add a castle here when he gets to the next stage. He does have the stone. That's why he didn't want to add a tower. He didn't want to lose the stone that he has for a castle. And hopping inside that tower, nicely done. That Eagle Scout is going to go down. These skirmishers are going to go down. And yes, indeed, Viper just adds a castle underneath that tower fire, but that tower's not going to be able to do anything. Now, that castle's not where you'd want it. Ideally, it only protects... It doesn't really protect all that much. And this gold, now you can see, completely exposed. This gold still exposed. This stone even still exposed. This wood line, and even this wood line exposed to archer fire. So this castle only really protects against crossbowmen, that is, these farms. So, but... You know what else? You know what protects everything? Conquistadors. Conquistadors in the enemy's base protects everything in the Viper. Making conquistadors, but a monastery already on the way down for for Vivi. It's a perfect response. Monks do pretty well against conquistadors. So we're going to see the conquistadors versus the monks. Aztecs got to be one of the better civs here. against the Spanish, because now historically that's not true. The Aztecs really struggled against the Spanish historically, you gotta say, but the monk play, converting the Spanish conquistadors, Aztecs very powerful with their religious texts, but villagers gonna be falling here. Should take 2 direct hits, right? No? Well, I don't know. Okay, takes 3 conquistadors to one-shot a villager. And this skirmisher going down after causing an awful lot of idle time. The monk's out. It's got to be light cav, got to be added, I would say. And these crossbows are awkward for conquistadors to deal with. You can see their accuracy is just weird. But when they do hit, they hit hard, so it's alright. Town center being added on the front of Viper's base to protect that stone and lend some running away space to this golds there. And a town center being added there to fully protect that. So Viper's going to move into a more defensive game plan, I would say, with these conquistadors running around and raiding and then booming up at home. Viper's going to be very good at that, going to be able to multitask that very well. He's going to have the stone on the front of his base protected, the middle of his base protected with the castle, gold on the right-hand side protected with the town center, and be able to boom up pretty well. He only has 10 villagers on food, though, so that's going to have to rise to about 20 if he wants to continue production out of all 3 of those town centers. Now, this is getting a little dicey for the Viper. He's found himself in the walled-in portion of Vivi's base with a monk chasing him down. Is he going to be able to get away? That's the question. And another monk chasing him down as well, trying to run away, but that conversion has stayed locked on the whole time. Okay, he got away. It never reset. So Sanctity coming in, and Aztec monks, if you don't know, their monk techs add 5 HP every monk tech they get. So he's getting the monk tech 4 monk hit points. Ooh, Viper dropping a forward castle. That doesn't seem like it's gonna work, right? You need to get more conquistadors here. Now, Spanish builders do build faster. That is a fact. And there's not a lot of army here. These skirmishers are occupied over here. Monastery, monastery, monastery. Monks coming out everywhere, but monks don't convert castles. Well, they theoretically, I think they can. Okay, here. No. So, no response to this castle. Vivi is just going to be giving up this portion of his base. However, Viper is going to have to find another unit, and like I said, needed to get up to about 20 farmers. 18 is the exact number that he needed, but that doesn't give extra food for upgrades and things, so you want really at least 20. Viper already on 18. Getting those farms up very quickly. One little idle villager there to make it 18. And the Viper has taken an awful lot of Vivi's stone here. And he's running around with these conquistador armies, but what are you going to do with these conquistador armies against all the monks? This massive monk army. I would love to see the light cav edition right about now, because it's monk skirm defense. If you added 10 light cav right about now, like, what's your enemy going to do? Like, really, what are they going to do? And Viper's like, forget light cav. I'm just building castles everywhere. Okay, castles all over the map. This is now the 3rd castle for Viper, the 2nd one on Vivi's face, cordoning off Vivi into this little corner where he has 2 golds. He does have this gold, although that's pretty exposed from this castle, where he's got this gold, just a few wood lines. He's got plenty of wood lines for now, but it definitely puts a timer on Vivi, and Vivi trying to deny this castle, but these are Spanish builders and only skirmishers to defend, and I think this castle's gonna go up. It's at 80%, and the monks doing their little conversion tricks where they try to idle as many villagers as possible, but Viper mashing the clicking keys, mashing his mouse, and the castle goes up. A few villagers died, but no matter. And targeting down the monks wisely. A couple monks go down there, and the Viper has made 1 monastery completely useless. And guess what, skirmishers? They do a lot of damage against conquistadors, but you know what conquistadors do a lot of damage against? Absolutely everything in the game. Look at this. Massacring the skirmishers. That cost effective? Well, when it goes like that, it is. Normally, it's not that cost effective to fight conquistadors versus skirmishers, but you do win. Alright, you do win. Conquistadors blast everything. Gunpowder units wreck everything. They're amazing, but also really bad, sadly. Really bad because they generally come from castles. They're expensive, they're slow, they're fragile to skirmishers. Another castle being added by the Viper, taking away this stone and this portion of Vivi's base. And this is a stranglehold. And I said light cav would be nice. Yeah, Viper thinks so too. Viper thinks so too, as he's added 4 stables now. And the skirmishers continue to die to the conquistadors. The counter units just can't handle the firepower, the raw power that the... Now, Viper, you've gone away... Okay, he doesn't want to take that fight at the moment. You see, you've gone away prematurely. But he's like, hey, I've got the light cav coming out. I'll get those out, clean this up. Scouts at the moment. Scouts will be fine, honestly. Even scouts are fine. And if you are Vivi, you need to get out here and wall this castle up or build your own immediately. But the scouts are out, and these scouts gonna be cleaning everything up here. Need to be upgraded to light cav. Light cav's a very cheap upgrade, Viper. Get it, please. Get that armor. And yep, he's rushing forward. I hear the conquistadors. Okay, there they are. So I hear them, but I don't see them. And send 10 villagers forward. Bop, bop, bop. It's up. Type of thing, you know? And why aren't these light cav? Okay, there's the light cav. And yeah, Viper continues to pick off monks. And he's just going to raid on this side. He's like, I got your army occupied over there. I'm not going to take any unnecessary risk. And the only worry I have is that this castle gets walled off. If it doesn't get walled off, it's going up. And indeed, like I said, send 10 villagers. Bop, 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 it's up. And so Viper sends 15, 17 villagers. And it's going to go up. But it's not, you're not going to wall it off in time. You're not going to do it. Yep, you're not going to do it. So you got to wall these castles off right away. Vivi, this castle's going up whether you like it or not. And that's GG. GG is called the stranglehold with the castles. How do you play Spanish when your opponent makes monks? You just build castles everywhere. Let's take a look at our statistics for this game. Military, the conversions, only 2 conversions that whole game. Viper very cautious with his units. And a 2.53 KD ratio for the Viper, as well as a 2.0 KD ratio for buildings. So just absolute massacre. Economy Viper with the more food and stone, and Vivi with more wood and gold, but Viper with just about 1,000 more resources overall. Technology, you can see very similar timings to both ages, and more researches in for Vivi, but no matter, it wasn't enough. Society stats, you can see Viper with that bigger eco in the end. That lead was going to grow. APM stats, you can see you don't have to be a blazing fast player to compete at the top level as Vivi here. Only 50 APM, Viper 78. I hope you enjoyed this game. Spanish versus Aztecs. History repeats itself. I hope you enjoyed. We'll see you in the next one.